Hey everybody! I wanted to talk about breast reconstruction after mastectomy. Did I have one? If you saw my breast cancer story, you may already know the answer to that. But if not, the answer is no, I did not. I did not come to that decision lightly. I did a lot of research and I met with a couple different surgeons, and we originally thought I had early stage breast cancer, which you may know is I actually had stage 3, but we didn't know that until after my mastectomy. So I really took my time and decided what was best for me. Years ago, before I even had breast cancer, I considered having a breast augmentation, and I even went for a consultation. And I decided that I did not want something foreign inside my body, and I didn't want to have to potentially have another one years down the road. And so I decided not to have any augmentation. And the other weird thing is I've always preferred smaller breasts. And so the only reason I really wanted an augmentation is because society had me believing that that's what made you beautiful and that's what made you sexy. And so I decided that, the same rules still apply. I mean, originally when I was diagnosed, it was almost like a given that I would have reconstruction. And then after thinking long and hard about it, I said all the reasons I didn't want an augmentation is this still applies. And so I decided I didn't want it. Breasts, I don't really care, to be honest with you. And like if I got breast implants either prior to breast cancer or now, they wouldn't even be for me, they'd be for other people. They'd be for what I thought other people wanted. And it's not something I really care about, to be honest with you. Honestly, I feel sexier now than I ever did. And I attribute that to self-reflecting and accepting myself as I am. For a long time, I couldn't do that. And that's not to say people who choose to get implants didn't self-reflect enough. It's just, for me, I know enough about myself now to know that it's not something I ever really cared about, and I really don't care about it now. When you want reconstruction, they right after the mastectomy, they put in expanders, and then they inject solution into those expanders I think every couple weeks until your skin is stretched enough and are ready for the implants. So that means you definitely need at least one more surgery after your mastectomy. And there's also potential for infections. I've heard of a lot of people that have had infections, and that's not to say that's the majority of the time. For me, I've heard too many stories about infections that and then there's problems that you could get down the road. But I forgot to mention that there's also, besides implants, there's also something called the deep flap. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not totally sure, but basically they take skin from another part of your body, like your stomach, and then they use your own skin to make a breast. And I didn't want to do that surgery either because it's a long and very invasive surgery, and I just didn't. But I just wanted to mention that that is an option for anyone out there that's wondering about breast reconstruction and what the options are. So I decided, for me, I didn't want any more surgeries that, beyond what was medically necessary. So I decided for me, and also when I had a unilateral mastectomy, which means I only had one breast removed. So for them, it's hard to match. I mean, they do the best that they can, but as far as them matching, it probably wouldn't have matched enough for my liking. So even still, I would really like to eventually have a tattoo. Probably won't be for a while because, everything I've had done is still fairly new. So it's probably going to be at least a year if I do have it done. If I do, I will definitely be recording that. So the reason I'm doing this video is because when I was deciding whether or not reconstruction was for me, I searched everywhere. I liked seeing other people, what they looked like, what the pros and cons were. And so I made this video is hopefully I can help someone else. And therefore, since I'm not at all embarrassed, ashamed, or I'm not feeling self-conscious about it, I decided that I'm also going to be showing you what it looks like. So without further ado, so here it is. It's basically just skin and a scar. It's not a big deal. And like I said, I plan on getting a tattoo here, but even if I didn't, I don't mind it. It's just flat, it's just skin, it's just, I don't feel less sexy, and I'm okay with it. My husband's totally okay with it. He's actually really glad that I made this decision to not get reconstruction, just because of any potential issues that could arise. I still have discolored skin from radiation, so it looks like I have a tan in this spot, but that's supposed to go away. But even if it didn't, I really don't care anymore. I never thought I would say this was me being fortunate, but I'm fortunate to have smaller breasts so that the discrepancy is not very much. But, you know, you may be wondering, what do you do if you want to dress up and, you know, be evened out? They have bras that they have an opening and then you can put in a prosthetic. There are organizations that can provide you with knitted ones for free. I also have a quality prosthetic that I stick in, and it actually, the weight and the texture and the feel of it is very similar to breasts. You can look online if there's places near you that'll fit you for one of these, and then you can get what fits your breasts the best. So yeah, and I don't tend to wear those very often because honestly, when I just wear something, I just wear something to kind of bring up the one breast I do have. I don't even care so much about evening them out, so. But there are options. The biggest problem I have is any bra, no matter how it fits, hurts where I had my mastectomy because I have pain there just constantly ever since the mastectomy, and I think it's going to be there for life. So honestly, if I had my choice, I would like to get rid of the other one too. I mean, I wouldn't want to just to do it, but and it wasn't an option given to me when I had my mastectomy. But you know, maybe some time down the road, I'll have a lift or something, and then I would rather just not wear any bra at all. So yeah, that's it for that. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I'd be happy to answer anything that might help you out. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.